below again. It's a tale of woe and misery to a large extent, because I had a heavy frost the other week. It's killed a lot of my stuff, I think, including, probably most tragically, this alstroemeria. Last winter it didn't flower for like maybe a month over Christmas and New Year, but it was pretty much seemed indestructible, just churning out flowers whatever the season. But I think, as you can see, it's just like collapsed halfway down. These all look dead, the leaves all dead. This didn't happen at all last winter, so I think that's a goner. Down here, this looks weirdly a goner over here, but fine over here. I'm not sure what the story is with that, but as a whole I'm sure that'll be fine. But that, I suspect, is not coming back, which is terrible, because that was one of my favourites. It's sort of a centrepiece of the bed, anchor tenant of the bed. Never mind, I can buy another one I suppose, but I'm not into this whole buying plants every year sort of malarkey. Doesn't seem very ecologically sound. I kind of figured I'd buy plants and then the plant is just there for indefinitely, but not to be. Daffodil there, didn't particularly ask for it, but there it is anyway. Slightly better news, hydrangea is budding out for the new season. Around the back, more bad news. The fuchsia, I believe, is a victim of the same frost, so these leaves are all sort of shriveled and dead looking. So I mulched these, both of them, but not enough apparently. This doesn't look 100% dead. Like, I've got a tiny hope that it might just grow new leaves in spring, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm sort of assuming that it's dead, so that I'm not disappointed if that's the case. Last video I pointed out the snowdrops, so there's one there looking quite nice. There's one over here, which is one of the ones that I probably filmed last time that's now past its best. So I was hoping, last time I had like 5, I was hoping that all of these along here would all come out into a big drift of them all blooming at once, but no. Basically had about 5, and the rest of them either still haven't flowered but will do soon maybe, but or they're just not going to for another year or ever. More slightly good news is that this bear's breeches thing that took about 2 years to even establish itself to that point doesn't seem to have died with the frost, so maybe this is the year it will actually grow taller than 2 inches. It's meant to be like 1.5 meters tall. Good news, this clam is all over the place, on the brink of doing something quite big. There's all these green bits here and there, down here, and then up this one as well over here, buds, and then over here there's more. So I did see one of these flowers last year. It was much bigger than I was expecting. It was like that big. So yeah, I just got one last year, so it'll be nice to see a whole load of them over here. And honeysuckle over here, similar story to the bear's breeches really, in that it grew and then it seemed to completely die and then it didn't quite die and it had these tiny little leaves clinging on for a while, and now it seems to be sort of established, and hopefully this year it will fully kick on. This trellis, this clem, is quite the contrast to the other clem, which is all budding and ready to go. This one grew all the way up, further even than this. It was over here, but it's all sort of died back, and these just look like completely dead. I don't know if this is gonna re-sprout next season or if that was all just a waste of time and it's gonna start again. In fact, look, this is just snapped off the wall, so yeah, what is going on with this? Does this come back again, or is this just a 1 year's growth? I might as well chop it back. I have no idea. You see down here, you can see it's got a sort of, not bark, but a kind of coating, darker coloured coating that's grown up on it. But mostly it's been stripped off, I think possibly by snails. So yeah, I have no idea really whether that's going to thrive or start from scratch, or if it's just basically dead already. Front bed. Well, I suppose the first bit of good news is that the sages don't seem to have been killed by the frost. Hopefully. The leaves are looking terrible, but alive. The major good news, I think, here is this row of periwinkle all along the wall is ready to go for next year for sure. You've got these new, even more over here, these new shoots, and not just coming up from the roots, but even if you look here, for example, and here, and here, you can see it's splitting and forking into more and more. Likewise, more shoots here, and this is splitting into two there. So that's good, because that means I'll get a decent, like this is still just, it's not covering the wall by any stretch of the imagination. It's like there's a wall and there's a narrow strand, but all of this is wool, because you want a solid carpet to make this a green wall, which might be, at the rate I'm going, the only thing I really achieve in this garden, because with the alstroemeria dead and me thinking I can't really throw money into buying new ones every 5 minutes, and the back bed's generally a bit of a disaster. So I think any future tenant would just totally rip both of those beds apart and do something new with them. But if I can at least get this wall to be all covered in dangly green, that'll be one small improvement I made to this garden.